Joining us now, state politics reporter for the Detroit News, Craig Maurer. Craig broke this story. So, Craig, welcome. And I want to reiterate that NBC News has not heard the recordings, but you have. So walk us through the audio.
Well, the audio is pretty telling. We all knew that in November 2020, there was a very heated Wayne County Board of Canvassers meeting, and that after that meeting, there was a phone call featuring Donald Trump, Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, and two Republican members of the Wayne County Board of Canvassers. Until now, we didn't really know what was said on that phone call. Monica Palmer, one of the canvassers, had only said that Donald Trump had thanked them for their service and basically wanted to make sure that they were safe. The recordings that we reviewed tell a different story, however. They show that this call was heavily focused on talking about the 2020 election, talking about the certification votes that the canvassers had just taken, and what their next move would be. Donald Trump and Ronna McDaniel were focused on telling them not to sign the certification document.
Okay, and we understand that the call, again, thanks to your reporting, the call that you're referencing that they took from Donald Trump, it may have been one that they took, just the two of them, was it, inside a car outside the canvassing, or is that wrong? Tell me how that call happened.
So the call happened like this. William Hartman and Monica Palmer left the canvassing meeting. There was a crowd of people around them. They entered a vehicle in the parking lot to take this call from Donald Trump and Ronna McDaniel. There were a group of people who got into the car with William Hartman and Monica Palmer. So you had a number of people, a large number of people that were able to hear this call.
Okay, which may be in part how it got to you. But let me ask you about these Wayne County canvassers. Unfortunately, we know that William Hartman passed away in 2021. So now this leaves Monica Palmer. Has there been anything that indicates initially they're opposing the certification and then what changed? Or is it just that they didn't sign the certification?
Well, during the meeting, they initially voted against certification. Then during the same meeting, after a number of public comments and a lot of attention, the two Republican canvassers changed course. They voted in favor of certification, along with demanding an audit of the election in Wayne County take place. After that, after all of this spotlight, is when they walked out of the meeting. And they were pressured not to sign the statement of the votes. The statement of the votes, which we call the certification, is key because that is what is sent then to the State Board of Canvassers to continue this process of solidifying the election result in Michigan. They were able, the people who administered the election in Wayne County, to send that certification on without their signatures, and the process went on. But there's still a lot of concerns about what will happen if this occurs again in the future. These canvassing boards are getting a lot more attention than they ever have in the past.
Before I let you go, do you have one word to describe your reaction when you heard that call from Donald Trump?
I can't describe it in one word. I'm sorry.
Stunned?
I was not surprised because, I assumed that there were more details provided, more things said to these canvassers, but I was stunned to know that the recordings existed, I guess I would say.
Okay. Craig Maurer, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate that.